Namaskara. So my name is Venkataraman. So people call me Venkat. So I'm almost 50 years I'm here in this space. Before that also we were close by. So in a rented accommodation. Then we shifted here. Uh, so I have done my studies, engineering, schooling, and MES college, all that from here. So I studied in UVC, and afterwards I worked with BEL. I used to play for BEL cricket team, so I worked only for 1.5 years as engineer. Then I quit it, and then I joined post graduation at IIM Mumbai now. So I graduated from IIM Mumbai. Then I worked with. I did a project in this ITC for 6 months. They offered me, but I didn't want to travel. So then I joined Seat Tires in Bombay for 1 year. I came back and joined Myco for almost 9 months. Then I quit again and joined Godrej, and I was there for 6 years. So, and after that, I wanted to venture out to whatever I feel like. So I've been doing lot of things which passionates me. So first I started uh, aerospace consulting. So it's still there, almost in '95. So I have trained and placed almost 6,000 engineers all over Bangalore in the aerospace domain. So then I started an eco-friendly resort near Kudramukh, which won an award from Terry as the only sustainable resort in the country way back in 97, 95, 97.
Still there.
It is still there, but I gave it up around 2009. So I could not manage from here. It was too far. So that was all built with mud construction and thatch, and the whole practice was eco-friendly. I planted almost about 2,000 plus trees, including teak trees and all kinds of trees. So that was actually basically, I used to feel that it is not just nature friendly, but I felt most of the things are, as long as there is a cycle. What happens, the ಕೆರೆಯ ನೀರನ್ನು ಕೆರೆಗೆ ಚೆಲ್ಲಿ, or ಮಣ್ಣಿಂದ ಹಣ್ಣು, ಹಣ್ಣಿಂದ ಮಣ್ಣು. Unless we do that, there is nothing like life. And then everything which is not used becomes a waste. So we don't know how to use it, becomes a waste. So we should try to make use of everything so that the nature has already made that. So one which is not good for us, good for others. So something like that. So we started like that. Then I was the president of Karnataka Tourism Forum for 8 years. So we did a lot of improvements in tourism. So I was instrumental in doing a lot of innovations. I always enjoy doing something differently. So we did something for software people, or that time, 2002, 2003, a lot of outsiders used to come and settle in Bangalore. They didn't know Karnataka itself. The idea is to promote Karnataka. So I did an innovative concept called treasure hunt, where people move from one place to another. There was no mobile and Google Map and all that, with our clues, so which are all very much of a hint. Okay, so they move from one point to another. After 6-7 points, they reach our final destination. So one was our Orchid Hotel in Airport Road, and another time it was Christ Auditorium. So like that we did 2-3 times. The idea is, when they come there, they have to wear something of traditional dress. Some people came with Krishna Devaraya, some people Ishwara, Parvati and children, and some people come with as a karga dress with a karga on the top. They have to decorate their vehicles also in a way which is representative of Karnataka. And each destination, we had about 15 destination points where people go from one point to another. Each was decorated with the concept of tourist destination of Karnataka. One is Belur, one is Joke Falls, one, so we displayed everything. So even the public gets an kind of, information about the destinations, and they get motivated and things. So it became very popular. In fact, Times of India covered in the first page. They interviewed me on the Bangalore Times also. So there was a lot of activity around that. Even Government of India called me and gave 15 lakhs for our Karnataka Tourism Forum development for the next year. They said, you have done a wonderful thing. Then I started, I found training, we all talk about 5-star hotel as tourism. So when people come, oh, Leela Palace is there, Bobera is there and all. But we don't care. People coming here, the first impression they get is from the drivers, auto drivers or taxi drivers, not by going to five-star hotels, because that is anyway an island by itself. So we determine the nature of the city by its auto drivers. When you go to Chennai, we know what kind of auto drivers are there. So I said, I worked with Government of India. We trained auto drivers all across. So I trained almost 5,000 drivers, auto drivers in Bangalore, then tourism taxi drivers, along with Government of India. I told them that for the first time, that auto drivers, they will have to earn their dailyhood. So if you ask them to attend 2 hours of workshop, they will lose that much time. So we will give them 100 rupees stipend. So Government of India agreed for the first time. So I said, you should handle all this, but I will take the training session. So we handled for 5,000 people all across. So again, it became a popular thing. And the most satisfying was when I saw some auto drivers displaying our certificate on the front, saying that I have been trained by Karnataka Tourism Forum and all that. So that was another achievement. So like that, I did some of the innovative things in tourism also. Then I was having a coaching center for IAM aspirants, IAM, GMAT and all. There are high tough exams, all graduates. So we used to have about 15,000 students all over the India. So we had about 19 centers in all across. Bangalore itself, we had 4 centers. Infantry Road, Jainagar, Malleshwaram and Kormangala and all that. And so we used to train 15,000, myself and my partner. So we had about 15,000 students at a time. So we used to train for CAT, we used to train for GMAT and all that. So when I was training them, I thought we'll have to do something differently. So I authored a book called Think Without Ink, which became an international bestseller. So it became so popular that Business Week of USA, they covered something about India and China together. They said 10 most popular things in both these countries. So 6 were from China, 4 from India. So out of 4, one is the software industry, another is tennis craze or sports craze, and a third was about Bollywood, and 4th was my book. So it became very popular in US also. So a lot of books started going there, and it was translated into Brazilian Portuguese, where they had almost 3 reprints. And the price was almost 6,000 rupees converted to India, where my price here was 325. So it became a popular thing there. So when I was doing like this, I thought, when we built this, before that my mother used to stay here. So my mother was maintaining few parts which I was not good at. Then I told them, when she passed away, I had to come here to look after the house, old house. So I thought I'll maintain the parts for the love of whatever respect she has given. So I started maintaining these parts. Then I thought, why only small parts and small hibiscus, mallige and all that. So let me do something. So I bought some big containers. It's an old 50-year-old house, but I made big pots and started growing trees. So it came out very well. So I was also impressed. So I got a very good pomegranate, guava, drumstick, everything there itself. So I said, this is wonderful. Why we should go somewhere else? Then when I was building this, I told my architect that you design something where I'll have, because I left my Malnad. I went to Malnad for resort, not because of Malnad, but because of the nature there. So let me do something which is similar to nature here. So I came here. Then he designed, but he said he was also scared. He said, just put pots here because don't fill up mud. I wanted to fill up mud. So then I, being an engineer, I started calculating all the load, and then I did this, and it just come out like a forest. So there's a lot of research which is happening continuously. So this is about the whole journey, small journey. But now coming to our important point, Rajiv told me they wanted to come. He was staying here. He knows a lot of people here and all that. But honestly, I don't encourage too many people to come here, because people who are like-minded, people who have real heart for nature, or direction towards nature friendliness, only I get them here, because otherwise it becomes a waste of time. Some people coming and say, why building bidogalva ಅನ್ನೋದು, then ನಿಮಗೆ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳ ಕಾಟ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು. See, we want birds to come because their way of thinking is different. So it's a waste of time. ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ವಾ, ಒಂದು 10 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದೋಗ್ಬಿಡಲ್ವಾ. ಲೈಕ್ ಸಿ
ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನೆಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬಿದ್ದೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ.
So I told him, even his close friend is my friend's brother only. We are staying here only. He said, I wanted to tell Jairam. Jairam himself has not come here. So when I found your team, the whole theme, you know, the cycle itself represents green, and your name also represents green. So there is something which is very, very similar in your interest. So this is where we'll have to grow. And if at all, my intention is not to show and say, oh, fantastic job and all, because that will not take anywhere. Like auto drivers putting their certificate on top, my ultimate goal is somebody else has to start. So this has become a prototype. Then only there is so just showing them forest and people taking selfie and say, no, it's a romantic climate and all, it doesn't take me anywhere. So the ultimate objective is that. See, an auto driver, once I was talking to a foreigner in tourism, she told me, see, I keep coming to Bangalore, but today, this time I was very much impressed. The auto driver treated me, because we told them about a lot of behavioral techniques, how to wish them when they come, how to treat them, how to limit their discussions with them, all that. So she said, I was really impressed with the auto driver. Then I asked him, he showed the certificate, I went to. See, that gives the real satisfaction, because it is third party validation. It is not directly, because you may see and say, fantastic sir and all, but it's not a validation actually. So the real validation is when you people encourage somebody else and you start in your own 100 feet and, you know, start at 100 square feet and start growing something, then the real worth is there. So now coming to first is the microclimate impact of terrace forest. See, we are talking about traffic congestion, then pollution, dust, heat, everything. But the heat is another thing, because previously we used to have all the thatch roof or tiles and all, where the thermal properties were much better. Concrete is the worst thermal material. So when it absorbs heat, it starts dissipating throughout the night. So you feel miserable, your AC load will increase. Say, when you have more money, more pollution will happen. Okay, the cars is an example what sir gave. So more money, more pollution. So this thermal insulation is one of the most important thing, especially the Bangalore, where we have seen for last 50, 55 years, 60 years and all. It was so cool, now becoming warmer and warmer, and it is unbearable, and allergies are there, dust allergy and all. So what happens is, when we install this kind of terrace garden, the mud is the best thermal material in the world, because we have a basement here. My architect told me basement is the best place, because when it is winter it is warm, when it is summer it is cool. The mud has, my cottage also in resort where I built with only mud. So it was 2 feet at the bottom and 1 feet at the top. It's like a fort. So that one, when you peak summer, you go inside, you feel cool. Okay, then winter you feel warm. So that is a peculiar property. So when I spread it on the roof becomes cooler. Okay, so I have made being an engineer, and I have also done a course on artificial intelligence and drone recently, because I believe we have to keep learning from IIT Hyderabad. So I have done some experiments, now I am still doing on air quality index. So air quality index from the edge of the terrace to inside, there is almost a 50% drop in terms of gaseous substances, dust particles coming inside, because the plants have got the ability to absorb all this. That is one. Second is the consistency in climate. When you have huge temperature rise or sudden drop, the inside garden remains stable, because the plants manage the variations. They are like our cushioning, or what you call our bumper, in our, not bumper, our shock absorber. So they absorb the shock, and I have observed now I am doing a study on the temperature between there, here and down. So there is almost 2 degrees difference between the roof inside and the next roof below the roof. So 2 degrees drop is there. But most important point is the moisture level, the humidity level, which is very important for Bangalore, is almost 20% down. So if it is 57% here, it's only 37% outside. So more dry you find, more miserable we feel like. So ideal human temperature moisture level is around 50. So this maintains almost 50, our garden. So that is another advantage I found. So I made about 4 or 5 studies, and people suspect about the roots. See, my generally when you go to, I went to IHR, GKVK, all these places. Most of these places, the agricultural scientists follow a different hypothesis. They say every tree should be 10 feet away, and the depth should be very much, otherwise it will damage the building. So this is the hypothesis. But with the urban climate, we will not be able to do any change. Whereas here, my soil is only about 9 inches depth, but my tree is 25 feet, 20 feet. Okay. So I have made a experiment, and I have been successful in the experiment to an extent because it is almost 6 years old. And the roots also, the particular sheet I have put will not penetrate the root. Any root you put, it will not penetrate. So there is no damage. You can see all this. These are all the roof above which the garden is there. So there is absolutely no problem. So what happens is that is something which I have proved. The next is my trees are only about 1 feet, 1.5 feet away, which is against their hypothesis. So, but urban garden, we have to see, I always compare this with our urban living. In villages, each acre will have one house. Okay, it's like what agriculture scientists say about trees. But whereas in cities, in one apartment, 500 people will be living. But we are still happy. In fact, most of them want to shift from independent house to apartment, feeling that it is more safe, more, the common areas are common services are much better and all that. So these trees are like that. So I put, and I made a study on the root also. The roots collaborate with themselves. They enjoy helping each other, like we do here. We don't go by caste, creed, religion and all, but we start living like human beings. So they live like that. So I made a root study. The drumstick is almost 1 feet in the girth wide. The next is banana. Both of them merge together, but they don't fight with each other. Okay. So that is another urban living which is happening there. And people say, sir, gaali banda bida padalva ella anta. See, I have recorded. See, these are all the negative thinking which is valid also, but I have recorded the fiercest fiercest wind during our Ashad Masa. I have got that video in my Insta also. With so much of wind, you can't believe there is not even a single branch which has fallen. Okay, this is because though sometimes it is only 4 inches of soil, the roots of 2-3 trees hold together.
Exactly.
They say, okay, if you are falling, I will help you. Okay. So they help each other. So it will not. So these are all the learnings which I have got. So it made a lot of experiments. Now the next thing is which will be interesting is this is a combination of a gardening is not just agriculture. So this is a combination of engineering, sustainability, and agriculture. So engineering in terms of what is the structure weight, what kind of waterproofing has to be done, what kind of protection for the roots have to be done, okay, and what kind of plants has to be put, the load has to be put. All these are engineering. The next one is our sustainability. The best thing is sustainability. What I believe is not just giving back to nature. See, we are all basically lazy people. Most of the gardens fail. They all go to Lal Bagh and buy all good flowers, and within 6 months everything is gone because we don't care for the plants. We always think with a lot of hope. Even cycling, most of the time it happens. They start one day, next day onwards, I have got this pain, that pain, and there is no intention. So unless you determine, it will not happen. So our sustainability should be such that it should be part of life. So I don't spend too much time on gardening. So I ensure that most of the things are taken care by itself. Like I have system where the compost is formed automatically. So I put all my vegetable cuttings. So instead of throwing the vegetable cutting, I'll put it in the drums everywhere. And I don't do again processing. I just put that will leave some decoction that will go into the soil and spread. And when you have a pot, all the dry leaves will fall on the roof. And to sweep it out itself, you have to spend money. You have to call somebody and pay 500 rupees every week. But here, the leaf itself acts as compost. The more the leaf falls, good for me. That is another thing. Now, for pollination, I have a honey bee, small stingless bee, so that will pollinate all the birds, all the plants. And I thought this entire thing is like a temple for us, so I created a Shiva temple. The idea is more than a god. Shiva is an Abhisheka Priya, where he wants lot of Abhisheka, nothing else. Whereas Vishnu wants Alankara, this all others wants. So I put water on top there. That water, since it is the highest spot, it will go into all the areas. It will irrigate the land. So that is another advantage we have and it will creates a beauty and it's a sound effect. And because the water is spraying on Shivalinga, the breeze will start. There's a lot of interrelated positive things which will happen. So most of the things, and I believe that watering is something now, the recent, I think internationally they have found that the best way to water the garden is through rains. Nobody can replace. So people are advocating all the farms you should have a rain system. But I did it about 5 years back. So I create rains 2 times a day, one in the morning, one in the evening. So that will energize the plants. They start dancing, they start enjoying, and they grow well. And if you are there, you can also enjoy. So it is all in one kind of buy one get one free kind of a thing.
You and it.
So this is the engineering, sustainability, and agriculture wise, the selection of plants. So I've got a combination of trees, fruiting plants, vegetables, then mostly the aromatic herbs, Ayurvedic plants, and some special plants like even Banni Mara. That leaves what you saw there.
Yeah, hold that.
That one I have made for a gift for my friends on my birthday. My own garden. So I just took it and dried it and gave. That becomes a wonderful gift for people. So Banni is always given as an exchange of friendship. We have a sugar cane, which is again a rare thing on top, and amla tree, which is 20 feet, mulberry tree. So these are all different varieties. So there are various varieties of plants. So there is another thing in agriculture. So this is a combination of all this. Now the next thing is what should people do? So people like you should encourage doing even in a small area like 100 square feet, 200 square feet. See, sustainability, the another important is, he is having outside some area, he is putting the plants. But my advantage is 50% of the water comes back to my tank. Whatever I put rains and all, it will come back to my tank because all is rainwater harvested. And I put the same water again. And if there is any fertile water which is also going, that also comes back. So I don't lose the fertilizers also. So this roof will solve a lot of problems. One is your thermal properties, you'll keep it cool, improves the environment. Okay, the plants will breathe and when they transpire, moisture will increase. And the third thing is your water harvesting will happen. And so all this combination will happen, and your unused space, instead of putting solar panel may be good, but this will be much better because solar panel will not give you the satisfaction of mind. You can't go and sit and relax in a solar panel. And solar panel has not been a great success. Why should they give subsidy if it is very much encouraging? See, if for example, our population, God has created a system where there is an enjoyment of male and female uniting. Okay, if that was not there, government says, I'll give you 100 rupees if you produce a kid and all, it will never work. So if you are giving, that means it is not working. So you are putting a plantation and all that is like a nature solution. You enjoy here, you have multiple things there. Apart from cooling the effect and improving the environment and all that. So I feel you people should start some small things like your cycling initiatives, what you have started, and start building small roof. It is not necessary to build a huge thing. So a lot of things like load, leakage, all this I can help in guiding them. But let us start with only say my concept is make only about 4 5 trees on terrace. The rest of the place you leave it free, so that after some time you get confident, you can expand it, your load and other things and all. So when you start doing it, what happens is if your 4,000 members have even 50 square feet covered with the garden, I'm saying 50 or 100 square feet covered, that is a huge forest in Bangalore. That will have a real impact on the climate. So then the motivation for others also. So that is the intention of encouraging people of such thoughts to come here. Okay, so now the next thing is when we have garden, the next is our yield and all that. So people will ask, sir, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್, ಒಂದು 20 kg ಸೀಮೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆಕಾಯಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಸರ್, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿ. So that is not the idea actually, but still you get lot of your harvest. I don't know how you felt this drink here now. So for example, okay, so that is a combination of lot of herbs. Your effect, you will know, maybe by evening or something, when you feel your digestive system is proper and your the whole complete overall health will improve and all, because it has got different leaves. Chakramuni is there, which is multivitamin plant. Okay, I have put mint, which is a different mint which I have here. That is there. I have a bay leaf plant, so bay leaf is put here. Bay leaf is also very good for health. So it has got tulsi. So it has got a combination of. It has got betel leaves also. Villadala also is very good for health. So it's a combination of some leaves and guava and some salt, pepper, and also it gives you taste as well as some kind of energy. That's what I believe. So these are all the things which you have to try it as a harvest. You can't make it at home if you don't have a garden. You can't buy from the market and do it. So there are a lot of other advantages which you should all do. So what we will do is we'll quickly see the garden now. We can go and see. So there are 3 levels here. So I'll just take you through.
ಓ 2 ಲೇಯರ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ,
3 ಲೇಯರ್ ಇದೆ.
3 ಲೇಯರಾ?
ಈಗ ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೇಯರ್.
ಹಾಂ,
ಇದು ಪೆಪ್ಪರ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್.
ಕಾಳುಮೆಣಸು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪೆಪ್ಪರ್ ಇದೆ.
ಹಾಂ, ಇದೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ.
ಬಾಳೆ ಎಲೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ.
ಬಾಳೆ 3 ವೆರೈಟಿ ಇದೆ.
ಓ, ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೇಯರ್, ಇದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಲೇಯರ್. ಇದು
ನೋಡಿ ಮರುಗ ಇದು ಪೊಮೊಗ್ರಾನೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, 2 ತೆಗೆದ್ವಿ.
ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದಾ ಮುಂದೆ?
ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಇದು ವೆನಿಲಾ ಗಿಡ ಇದೆ.
ಇದು ಪರಾಗಪರ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಯುಯಲಿ? ಅದು
ಯಾವುದು
ವೆನಿಲಾ? ಅದು ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಯುಯಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ಡ್ರಮ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್.
ಎಳ್ಳಿಕಾಯಿ ಅದು ನಿಂಬೆ ಹಣ್ಣು? ಅದು ಎಳ್ಳಿಕಾಯಿ, ನೇರಳೆಕಾಯಿ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಒಂದು 4 ಅಡಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಇದು 6 ಅಡಿ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಕಡೆ 6 ಅಡಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು
ನೋಡಿ. ನುಗ್ಗೆಕಾಯಿ ಮರದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು 3 ಡಜನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ.
ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಸುಮಾರು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ.
ಇದು ಸಪೋಟ, ಇದು ಬಿಲ್ವಪತ್ರೆ.
ಸರ್, ಇದು ಯಾವ ಇದು?
ಬಟರ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್.
ಇದು ಪಾರಿಜಾತ, ರಾತ್ರಿ ರಾಣಿ ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದೇನಾ? ಇದಲ್ಲ, ಅದಲ್ಲ.
ಪಾರಿಜಾತ, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪಾರಿಜಾತ.
ಹಾಂ, ರಾತ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗಮ್ಮನ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು.
ರಾತ್ರಿನೇ ಬೆಳೆದಿದೆ.
ಹ್ಞೂ,
ಇದು ಬಟರ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್
ಹಾಂ
ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೂವು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಬಟರ್ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರು
ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ
ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ.
ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಬರೋದು ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಹೂವು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ಕಾಫಿ ಗಿಡ,
ಕಸಿನ ಗಿಡ ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಬೀಜದಿಂದ ಹಾಕಿರೋದಾ?
ಇದು ಕಾಸಿ
ಕಸಿನ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ, ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಬೀಜದಿಂದ ಹಾಕಿರೋದು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಟೆರೇಸ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಲ್ಲ.
ಹಾಂ
ಯೂಶಲಿ ಬಟರ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ 40 ಅಡಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಬಾರ್ಬಡಿ ಚೆರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ.
ಹಾಂ ಕರಿಬೇವಿದೆ, ಕರಿಬೇವು
ಕರಿಬೇವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೊಡ್ಡದಿದೆ.
ಹತ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹತ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಇದೆ. ಬನ್ನಿ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬನ್ನಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಕಣಗಳು ಆಗಿದೆ 30 kg ಬಂತ. ಇದು ಕಣಗಳು ಸೀತಾಫಲ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ಇದೊಂದು ಪೊಮೊಗ್ರೆನೇಟ್, ಇದು ಆಡಿಸೋಗೆ ಅಂತ ಆಯುರ್ವೇದಿಕ್.
ಸರ್ ಇದೇನಿದೆ ಹಾಕಿರೋದು ಇದು
ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಎತ್ತರ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಮಣ್ಣು.
ಹೌದಾ? ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದು ಅಥವಾ
ಕೆಂಪಾಳೆ
ಕೆಂಪಾಳೆ? ಹಾಂ ಕೆಂಪಾಳೆ. ಕೆಂಪಾಳೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೇಂದ್ರ ಬಾಳೆ.
ಬೇಸಿಲ್ ವಾಸನೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಬೇಸಿಲ್. ಬೇಸಿಲ್ ಅಂತ
ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತುಳಸಿ ಥರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
ತುಳಸಿ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿನೇ ಇದು. ಬೇಸಿಲ್ ತರ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಹರ್ಬ್.
ಕೆಸುವನಲ್ಲ ಇದು? ಕೆಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಸು
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಸು ಕೆಸು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಿ ಕೆಸು.
ಹಾಂ
ಇದು ವಿಳ್ಳೆದೆಲೆ, ಮೈಸೂರು ವಿಳ್ಳೆದೆಲೆ.
ಮಾವಿನ ಗಿಡ ಇದೆ,
ಮಾವಿನ ಗಿಡ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇದು
ಮದರ್ ಹಿಂಗ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ನೀವು ಹಿಂಗ್ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ಗಿಡಕ್ಕೆ ನೆವರ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಉಂಡೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಸರ್ ಇದೇನು ಗಿಡ ಇದು?
ಆಡಿಸೋಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕೆಂಪು. ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವರೆಕಾಯಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಇದು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದು ಅವರೆಕಾಯಿ ಬಳ್ಳಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ನೋಡಿ. ಒಂದೇ ಬಳ್ಳಿ ಹೋಗಿರೋದು, ಎರಡು
ಅವರೆಕಾಯಿ ಸೀಸನ್ ಮುಗ್ದಿದೆ.
ಒಂದು 40 kg ಬಂತು ನಮಗೆ.
ಹೌದಾ? ಈ ಸಲ ಅದು ಗಿಡಕ್ಕೆ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ತಿರ್ಗಿ ನೀವು ಹೊಸ ನೆಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ಬರೋ ವರ್ಷ ಹಿಂಗೆ? ಅದೇ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಗಿಡನ ಅದು?
ಪಾಟ ಅಂತ ಇದು ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ.
ಇನ್ನು ನಾರ್ಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಇದು ಬೊಂಬಿಗೆ?
ಅದು
ಓಕೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಒಂದು 2-3 ಇಂಚ್ ಇದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಾಯಿಲ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೂ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರೆಡ್ ಬುಲ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಪಾಪ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಹತ್ರ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೋಗಿದೆ.
ಸರಿ ಸರ್,
ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಗೂಡು ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡು
ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ನೋಡೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಹತ್ರ ಕಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಅದು ಯಾರೋ ಓಡಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವ್ರು ಇರೋದು ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ?
ಬನ್ನಿ, ಇದು ಪಾಂಡ್. ಇದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಶ್ ಇದೆ, ಫಿಶ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ.
ತಾವ್ರೆ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ?
ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಬರ್ತದೆ. ನಮ್ದು ಮಾಡಿ ಟೆರೆಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಇದು ಬಾಲ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ. ಒಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ದಿವಸ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಹೂವು ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಕಲ್ಲು ಇದು ಅಸೆಂಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಹೆಂಗಿದು?
ಹೌದೌದು, ಅಸೆಂಬಲ್ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಮಾಡೋದು.
ಇದು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ತರ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲಿಗೆ? ಕಬ್ಬು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಕಬ್ಬು, ಬೆಟ್ಟದ ನೆಲ್ಲಿಕಾಯಿ.
ಹಾಂ,
ಅಭಿಷೇಕ
ಏನು ಕಾಯಿ ಇದು? ಇದು
ಇದು ನಮ್ದು ಶಂಖಪುಷ್ಪ.
ಶಂಖಪುಷ್ಪ.
ಇದು ಮಲ್ಬರಿ.
ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆಯಾ ಅದು? ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಯಿ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಹಣ್ಣಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನು ಹಣ್ಣು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಪಾಡಿಗೆ ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದು ನಾವು ಒಳಗೆ
ನೀವು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಬರೀ ರೂಫ್ ಇರೋದು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಬರೀ ರೂಫಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
ಸಮ್ಮರಲ್ಲಿ
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೂಲಿ
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.